So we're trying to see what all of these graphs have in common. If you noticed on Desmos, I actually had the identity function, y equals x, set to graph automatically, right? That's this green line. It's a perfect diagonal. It cuts through the second and the the first and the third quadrants. And as you can see, it cuts through my functions. So looking at this, here's our first function example when f of x equaled 3x minus 5, and the inverse was 1/3 x plus 5/3. So you can see my original line here in orange and my inverse line in red. And if I go ahead and match up the corresponding points, just connect them across that identity function, you'll see that they all match in a perpendicular way, right? The lines I just drew are perpendicular. They have a right angle with the identity function. So in other words, you could say that the graphs themselves were mirrored across the identity function. Now maybe it's just a coincidence for this particular graph. Let's take a look at the next one. Here we have a classic cubic function, x minus 2 cubed. All right, and if I draw a line between my appropriate points, I see the exact same pattern, right? They are directly reflected across this y equals x. They reflect each other across y equals x, right? It's like you had a butterfly tilted on the diagonal, where that axis of symmetry is the diagonal line y equals x. That's our reflection that we're looking at. And let's look at one more example just to make it super duper clear. Our original is in blue here. Our original that was 2x plus 3. And then we have the inverse in red, x minus 3 over 2. So we'll take that 11 comma 4 to 4 comma 11, or vice versa. And now we have 9 comma 3 to 3 comma 9. And then we have 7 comma 2 to 2 comma 7. 5 comma 1 to 1 comma 5. And 3 comma 0 to 0 comma 3. So notice, not only did we flip x and y, but when we flipped x and y, we created mirror images across y equals x, across the identity function. So again, you can imagine a butterfly tilted to the diagonal, right? The two equal halves fold over that diagonal line over this y equals x identity function.